So hey guys, and welcome back to X-Plane 11. So, flying to Venice today here from Barcelona, we left off last time. And yeah, it should be a pretty good flight this one. Slightly cloudy, slightly windy, I must say so. But should be alright for the most part. So, I'll be setting up the aircraft as per usual. Since it is later than this aircraft would have done a few flights today. Meaning that we'll go from the turnaround setup. So, not so long actually getting like the engines on and all that. But besides that, it really should be a simple flight this evening. So maybe a bit windy, a bit bumpy, but as you get closer to Italy, things will calm down. So, Zibo 737 again, in the Ryanair liveries, Echo India Delta Yankee Alpha. Also here next to this Drawyah 737 as well. Slightly floating in the ground, but then again, the 737 was always known for its low landing gear. Also an Aegean actually just came into land as well, I can see in distance. An Aegean MD-80? Fair enough. Anyways, let's set the aircraft up and we'll get ourselves ready to go. So first thing actually we'll do is set up the smart cars client. And turn on the dome lights so I can actually see what I'm doing in here. So we'll go for bright. That's all good. Make sure that chat window's open so I can see what you guys are saying as well. And other than that, let's go to the FMC and program this. Just wait for my chat window to actually move out of the way of the screen because that is literally bang in the middle of it. There we go. Right, so going to depart from, let's get my details up, make sure that everything is recording as so. Minimize you and minimize you. Right, departure ICO is Level, Lima Echo Bravo Lima. We're going to Lips, Lima India Papa Zulu. Company route won't do. Flight number your FR 3140. And we are departing today from, let's have a look at the weather. Winds are 7 knots, 220. So if I look at our runways, what runways do you have an option of? 7, it will be 2 zeros are most useful. Anyone else coming into land right now? Where'd the aging go? Alright, you're going over to there, so I presume that's 25 left over there. So back to you, back to setup, back to page 1. Gates we'll do it in a second, although we're actually at gate 114. Doesn't really matter though. Routes, runway 25 left. Path in it, set our fuel. So weight and balance. How much fuel do we require? It's 7965. We might be able to do it on just both tanks. No, we won't. We need a tiny bit of centre fuel. Like that much. So set up ZFW, set the reserves at 1.1. Cost next is 20. Actually, Ryanair uses 0.4, but depends on the routes really. And then cruising altitude is flight level 300. Average winds 247 to 5. Perfect. Execute that. I presume there's no active tower right now, but I'll double check X-Cork box. Shows online. Yeah, we've got Golfax, we've got Nottingham. Who's FFS? Supervisor? Field supervisor, fair enough. Alright, okay, so Level is currently inactive. Next page, sail set. Use 10 degrees of flaps. And center gravity sets. 24, trim at 3.9. That's fairly simple one, actually. There we go. Just a tiny bit more, actually. There we go. And if we go to our route page, we'll now plug in our waypoints. Not too many today. We're going to depart straight from Aegean. Followed, whoops. Sorry, I want to go to Aegean on the right hand side. Followed by 985. Welcome Harry to the stream. Good to hear you're enjoying it. Exit. Followed by M985. Welcome to Terrain. How you doing today? How you doing? M985 to Alpha Bravo November. Then it's Z388 to Ekpal. Then we're going to M859, Mike 859 to Boa. Oh, too short codes there, fair enough. Yankee 504 to Nimum. And then it's Zulu 43 with our final waypoint. Okay, can't plug that one in. Hopefully the final waypoint exists. That's SOVUB. SOVUB. And fingers crossed, yes it does. So to activate that, execute that, you're on legs, go to departure, and the fast waypoint will be in Agenat. So will it be a 3 Quebec or a 3 Whiskey? I presume it would be a 3 Quebec. We'll execute that. Zoom out on the display here. And set you to plan mode. So yes, cars around and straight to the route, that's perfect. Right, so FMS has now been set up properly. We'll set our page to this one, showing our departure information. How I did today. It's not been too bad, I've been out to central London today. Went to the Moomin store, as well as a few other things, but no, it's been a really good day so far. So I thought do a live stream before maybe heading off for a kebab dinner or something, we'll see. Right, so we'll start up the APU now. A few seconds to load up. See that sign come on now. And we'll turn off the dome lights in place for the panel lighting, since we will be flying at night, and therefore we do need these to come on. Once you're over 10,000 feet, turn the dome light back on again. But I don't think it's really much of a case for it. To put a little bit of background light on and a little bit of floodlights. It's mainly the panel lights there we want. Screen displays we don't require. And down here we want to turn up the floodlights a tiny bit. And panel brights all the way up. Good evening, welcome Epics, how are you doing today? Welcome channel, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Right, so APU will now be stabilised, so we'll bring it down to that. Get rid of you. We can actually get rid of the fuel tank now, sorry, fuel trucks, since the fueling has been done. Not that one, sorry. I want to open up ground handling. So you can go, and you can go. Keep the sets for a couple more moments, but it shouldn't be much longer. And what we will do actually is now just pre-plan the pushback. So as soon as we're ready to go, it'll be on our way. So better pushback, pre-plan. We need to go this direction, I believe it is, for taxi. And I will double check the direction in a moment, because it's not exactly the shortest taxi to the runway.
Ground to cockpit. Cannon knowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready.
Sounds good. So to get to 25 left, it's the far one. We will need to cross active runway, but otherwise if we go right down to the end, it's a straight line right down to runway. So I need to get onto the taxiway, if I can get this to work. No, it's useless to me. Taxiway, do not light up the taxiway signs, it's very annoying. Taxiway, this one, we'll notice by the really long straight green line. Sure you can do my oceanic crossing, homing deep in the V-pilot, telling you that control wants to connect to him. Hang on, so you've been sleeping during your oceanic crossing until the so the bleep of the controller wanting to contact you. Yes, we've all been there, we've all done that. Right, so request pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Ground handling. We will now remove the doors. So close you. Then remove these and all can drive away. And then we now need to set up the lights as required. So straight come on to already start up engines, anti-collisions on. Logo light is night time, so that will be required. And tax lights not just yet. APU bleed comes on. Cruising altitude is 30,000, so I'll set this to 30. And also sets the altitude to 30,000 as well, probably would come in handy. Mac, takeoff speed, sorry, is 141, so we will add 141 to this.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
That's fine. We'll announce quickly, so level ground, push and starts from stand 114. Double check one last time that there is no active tower. It shows online. Yeah, it's just that one guy. So I had a few cases in the past where I start taxiing and then the guy just randomly comes online mid-taxi. But we've shown it there. Obviously, no one is here right now. Everything's good. Everything's secure. Everything is started as should be.
Stop connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake, we release. After we've done our pushback, we'll turn on TCAS as well as the packs and all that.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
There we go, that's the one we want. Engine 2 will start. Engine 2 starts. Engine 1, we may now start up. Sorry, not just yet. Wait, there we go. It just ticks over, snags up engine 1. Fuel flow start. Wait for the engine starts for engine 1 to tick over. There we go. So it's power on to the engines, switch the APU bleeds around, start up the packs. Passengers will now get the cold air of air conditioner as the aircraft pressurizes up. And APU, make sure those are off, can now come off. Fuel pumps, we will require center fuel pumps since the center tank has some fuel in there. Not much, but probably enough to get us onto the runway. There we go, we'll be able to place set a parking brake in a second as well. In a second.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Looks like it will be a nighttime departure for us. That Drawyah is pushing back as well. Hopefully not going to conflict any of my movements, but well, you've gone for a very odd pushback, but I can see what you've done there. Gone from 113 to 112 there. Well, disconnect. Welcome, Goran. How are you doing today? How on earth did you get your 767 to blow up at gates? I couldn't watch any of your streams while I was out, but I did see the clip on Twitch of your aircraft just in flames, and yeah, I'm not sure what you did there. Man, your streams today not quite to scratch.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright. Make sure we have, oh, apparently, oh yeah, there you go, sorry, elevators work. Ailerons are fine. Rudder is fine. we go. Switch back to engines. We'll now announce taxi. So taxiing runway 25 left, level ground. Turn on the taxi lights. Aircraft is all set up. We are ready for taxi. Parking brake release. And engines go up. Check once more. Shows online. Still no one. Yeah, came at the end, saw the aircraft in flames. Not sure what he did there, but it happened, I guess. Right, so what we need to do, make a right turn here, then make a left straight after. Since this is the Gates taxiway, we need to be onto the departure line. Oops, flaps down to 10 degrees. Should have done that when I was stable, but that's fine. We'll go on the next one. Cabin lights will dim as well, ready for departure since we are departing at night time. Yeah, so it's a right turn here we need to make. Well, at least we landed. Yeah, you landed, but it killed half your passengers before they could deboard. And I'm sure that's quite a concern for Air Canada you flew with. Thought you landed so hard that the gear strike punctured the fuel tank, lit the plane on fire. Okay, so it was a terrible landing, I hear. Fair enough, good to know the insights. We are crossing the runway in a second. In fact, let me get the announcement ready. Level traffic, crossing runway 25 left. So I'll keep the aircraft stable. We'll go slightly faster than usual taxi, aka Ryanair speeds, just to announce that when you just get past this runway nice and quickly, as you never know who's coming into land at the moment. No one's announced landing just yet, so I'll presume it's clear. Doing 738 flight tomorrow. Sounds good. Sounds good. Likewise, do let me know when you start the TOLIS streams. Those ones I'm very interested in. This is runway 20, sorry, not 25. It's inactive right now, so it should be alright. Goran Karaman locked up for attempting to murder all passengers. Absolutely, absolutely. Left-hand turn. Let's dim the cabin lights. Looking good. Landing will probably get nowhere for me because you have a slightly broken FMC. What do you mean by slightly broken FMC? Talking about the Zibo, or are you talking about another aircraft? This one. So we turn off the tablet. And the lights stay off until about it's usually between 5 and 10,000 feet, so fairly usual thing for us. Right, we'll take this taxiway here, Golf 3. We need the F1 theme for your taxi speed you're doing. Absolutely. I'm not exactly a slow taxier, because I want to get in the air as soon as possible. That's the fun part of flying. Then again, Ryanair is also known for their fast speed taxis as well. Level traffic, departing runway 25 left. We'll have a quick, correction. Oh no, that's fine, 25 left. I just gone instead of crossing for the wrong runway there. Alright, we'll leave that then. Landing lights come on. Turn off, come on. Taxis come off. You're about to run out of fuel, are you? Yes, we'll turn off the fuel pumps just to stop any distraction. Brake set to reject takeoff. One last look at the panels. Shows that everything is fine. Let's go on to the runway. The Wilco 380 you can't fill up on the approach page. The Wilco 380, talking about the FSX A380. Because that aircraft doesn't really have a functioning FMC of any sort. That was probably my... Yeah, that was the first add-on I ever had for a Flight Simulator payware. It was 2004. I believe it was known as the Abacus A380 at the time. Abacus, Wilco, and all the companies just seem to kind of mix and match, swap names around depending on what publisher they are. But yeah, I think it was the very first add-on I had. Good memories of it, but not realistic by any means. Right, let's bring the aircraft around. Aircraft started descent, but not one that we need to worry about. Let's enter the runway. Everything looks good as far as I'm aware. So, throttle up 50%. Engines are stable. Off we go.
knots.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. I did not set my altimeter, so we'd have quick don't sink there, but nothing too terrible. Looking good from the cabin point of view. Should be in the cockpit right now, just to manage the speed. Flaps up 1000. VNav, LNav set, autopilot on, auto throttle on. Flaps up 2. Third set of flaps, and up. Locked landing gear. Auto brakes come off. Quick check of the panels. The logo lights can come off now since we are away from gates. Yeah, that all looks good to me. So continue climbing. Auto throttle's disconnected. Try it again, sorry. That's just my things spiking there. Nothing major. Don't need checklist either. That can go. How do you get rid of this thing again? There's a click spot somewhere I need to find. So you can just drag it around and be an annoyance, really. Where is it? I'll just click on the thing it came out of. Honestly, I don't remember. Yeah, you can stay there for a little bit while we focus on departure. It's 4,000. There we go. Now, you usually fly the Airforce off A320, that was an exception, fair enough. Otherwise, yeah, standard altimeter now go for. Turn on the tablet again. And bring back the cabin lights, otherwise, yeah, it's usually quite nice dims. Speaking of which, when I flew with Ryanair from, where was it? I think it was from Spain. Actually did dim the lights for nighttime as well, which was quite cool. We'll go for cruise lighting, but okay, maybe not then. Don't think Ryanair go that fancy with the lights. Yeah, go white bright. Go white medium. Something a little dim for nighttime passengers. I've just realised, oh yeah, sorry, cockpit door is secure. So yeah, passengers done and dealt with. We're at 6,000. Continue climbing at the next waypoints. Yes, we will up to 16,000. 5 miles, not a massive pause here. There's a left-hand turn before we make our way to Italy. Welcome Danut, how you doing today? How you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, I hope you're doing well. See about time, we'll turn off. I mean, it's nice and stable at the moment. Though still below 10,000 feet, I do need to keep my landing lights on for a little bit longer, not too much longer. There we go, next waypoint, make a right hand turn, and then continue our climb. Sorry, left hand turn. Right hand turn takes us the wrong way. You should have made the left turn by now. We're right over the waypoint. If I just zoom into that. Yeah, we have passed it. So what I will do is just set that. And there we go. Just jump to it straight away. Can you do a video with X11, London to Paris using Wizz Air? Do they use 320s or 319s? Wizz Air, London to Paris. Do Wizz Air even do that route, London to Paris? I don't think they do. Look at the Wizz Air website. Because I try to keep all my streams and flights authentic. I don't usually break away from the not so real. So let's have a look. London, should go Paris. Paris Bouvet, oh god. To London, no. Yeah, it's not a flight to do, I'm afraid. So, not what I'm going to do myself. If you have any other suggestions, though, I'm more than happy to listen for them. Because at the end of the day, you guys basically come on the channel. You guys decide where I fly, where I go. I've always done it. Otherwise, it's the usual virtual Ryanair flights for me. Right, altitude is actually past 10,000 now. So, I will turn these off. And we will turn on the dim dome lights, just so we have some basic view of the cockpit during the cruise part of the flight. It's about an hour and 50 minutes this in total. An hour and 50. We'll try and gain up some time, especially at cruise. We should easily do this maybe an hour and a half tops. He sent stuff on Instagram, let's have a look. No comments, no comments. Yeah, not sure what on earth you did at the end there, but you managed to kill everybody on board, who was at least still on board while deboarding. Hopefully our flights will be a little less deadly than that. Usually we're pretty good. I will be honest, it has been a little while since I did my last proper night flight like this. Especially in X11. Where am I from? I'm from England, from London. I am a true Londoner. Yeah, though my family My father's born in the UK. My mother, she is Polish, so I am mixed. I say mixed, not in that term. I do apologise. Probably used the wrong word there. But no, I am half British, half Polish, but wholly European. You're in Bradford, from Romania. Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Romania. I know it is not too far away from Poland. And I've considered going there as a couple of times, but Romania's it's on my list of countries to go to. And maybe not while a priority. It's somewhere I probably will go within the next 5 years or so. Especially because Ryanair do a few cheap flights there, don't they? Let's have a look, shall we, on the Ryanair websites. I mean, I fly with this airline all the time, really. Yeah, Bucharest and Cluj are two main areas I'm looking at. United Kingdom, do fly Stansted. If we were to say, it's a daily flight, it's not terrible. Let's say a weekend. How much would that set you back in June? Yeah, let's have a look at kayak actually. What would be the cheapest time to flights to Bucharest? London, any to Bucharest, including nearby airports. And departure will be any weekend, Saturday AM to Sunday PM. I do find the mobile app a bit easier. Can I say the N words? Ninja. No, I'm not particularly racist or a fan of the words, so not something I will particularly be doing, I'm afraid. With or without the N word pass. Have I said this right? I believe I have. Yes, I have. So we've passed 22,000 now. We're almost on our way to cruise. London to Bucharest, including nearby airports. Let's see the cheapest dates. Saturday to Sunday. If I went on the weekend 9th and 10th of November, it's a return flight for £57. I could even do it for £58. Okay, it's just the week after. It's not particularly too bad. Hurry up and cruise. Almost there, almost there. 24,000. How many years do you how many years do I do? 17 after this race to make London Paris was there. I'm not sure what that was, in other words. If you're asking my age, I'm 20 years old. Although, like I say, London to Paris is not a real-world route, so it's probably not what I'll be doing on the stream. Oh gosh, it's a 3-hour flight to get to Romania. I'd land lands 2 PM on Saturday, leave 4 PM on the Sunday, so I don't get too long. I may have to do a 3-day trip if I do go to Bucharest. We'll see what time gives me, but it's certainly something that I will consider for sure. It's a beautiful country from the images I've seen. Sounds good, Echo. Thank you very much. Glad for the support. Always welcome back. Hope to talk to you soon. You'd have to explain. Same here. X-Plane 11 is it's a lot of fun. As I say, especially as the as time goes on, as more updates come in, it's certainly improving in just about every single way. As I say, initially when it first came out, I was a bit skeptical, but no, I've definitely been proven wrong with just about everything about Simulator. I'm glad I have. It really is a great platform for everything. GA, starting to get there with heavy metal as well. It's been worth it. It's definitely been worth it. There we go. So we're only 1,000 feet now away from cruising altitude, 30,000. Okay, 21:06 our arrival time. Is that Greenwich Mean Time or? It shouldn't be Zulu like that. Yeah, following real world time. Very strange. Yeah, the weather do its thing quickly. Slight shake turbulence, but nothing particularly bad.
1,000 to go.
Woo, okay, yeah, we're definitely taking a hit the weather there. The simulator and that sim both updated quite harshly. That's the one thing I always say is not great in the simulator. That's the default weather, and it's very harsh changes there. In fact, let me just turn off autopilot and manually bring the aircraft down to 30,000 feet. There we go. Autopilot back on again. And it should, hopefully, now monitor our altitude. We're still climbing. There we go. I'm going to level off again. So increase our speed, or decrease our altitude, keep it going. Toast is an American aircraft, also very similar to 320. Well, you'd hope so, because the 320 and 319 are part of the same family, the A320 series. Although the tow list actually has a lot more features compared to the jar design you have, and also a few more, I'd say, than the flight factor. The model flight factor is good in its own way. The tow list, I'd still say, is king when it comes to A320 aircraft in the simulator. Still got another 30 tons of fuel in the sense tank, so we'll quickly burn the rest of that. And then once we get rid of that fuel, we'll then go straight back to the left and right tanks, so go 10 more. Aircraft has now sped up again after the slight shake of turbulence there. There you go, fuel's now empty, these two come off. And yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy your flights. The 320 does feel more premium in a way. Toast is amazing, but needs some improvement in some aspects. In what way do you think Toast needs improvements? I mean, modelling wise, fair enough, it's not quite as good as the flight factor. when it comes to its features and setup, I think the Toilet excels in its actual function, to the point that the actual model slight downgrade isn't much of an issue. And again, the model isn't that bad either. I think it's quite a good model for the aircrafts. I'm not quite sure. What do you think of these improvements? If I look at the Predator's flying map, just gonna get an update on where we are right now and what part of cruise we're in. Yeah, Predator's flight is currently sitting over Athens, as my last flight took me over to Greece. Actually, speaking of which, hang on, so the feature's very nice, but it's quite difficult to explain. Flight factor just feels more expensive, if that makes sense. Whether it's better modelling, sound texture, I'm not sure. Once you fly both aircraft, you can tell there's a difference. I've not really flown the flight factor, but I have seen it in action. I still stand by the fact that the Toilet, I'd say, is still the nicer model. But like I say, it's more of a that is more of a one-sided judgment. I've not really flown the other, so there's the agents already. I forgot to my desktop modes. Just sort that out. So, yeah, so the agent we saw earlier, the MD-80, in your way to Wrocław in Poland. This is us, Ryanair Delta Yankee Alpha, flying 51 minutes to go. It's our destination in Venice. There's little things that make a big difference, which is why I think it may be the reasons I think this. Could be, it could be. You've got 777 landing from Leipzig to Barcelona. Not a very long flight for 777. Must be high demand. Got plenty of active towers at the moment, especially north. Do I have any friends online, or no? Don't think so. Yeah, how are we going online right now? It's 859 VATSIM 765 Projects flight. I just put there's a green down there. Someone is on. Who's this? Oh, there you go, Degrol. Oh yeah, I believe he was doing the 747 stuff. You're in Germany. Lufthansa 64. Let's find you. The LH64. There you are. You're flying from, good lord, Licenciado Benito Juarez International. Licenciado Benito Juarez International. Juarez. I do apologise. International to Vienna. I go to Vienna as well. Your ETA's okay, 39. I'm 49 minutes away, so you're 10 minutes ahead of me. But flying to the same airport. That's pretty cool. There you go. That's you. Registration Golf Echo Lima Bravo. Which airline are you flying in? You're an A380-800s. Which airline are you flying with? British Airways. Yeah. Okay. Mexico City. Okay. You're a Golf registered plane, so she tells us here which airline you're flying for. It's one thing that it never really did. Sorry, it does here. Lufthansa. So why are you a Golf registered plane? Let me have a quick look at who you are. Forgot to change registration. Your plane doesn't exist. Nice Joker outfit though. Can't complain about that cosplay. Interesting. Okay. There's Ryanair. You got 747 as well. Passport and visa writes up. Yeah, there's some rather interesting stuff you can find on Google with a good search, let's say. And yeah, let's focus on our flight, shall we? So we are now midway, not quite midway through our cruise, but we're about a third of the way of the flight, I'd say. Back on top of the screen, got the red bar that goes across. So yeah, certainly a third of the way there, if not just over a quarter. Now approaching to Vienna, we should be actually get a weather check in Vienna. It's Lips. I want to see what runway we're expecting to land on. Variable at 1 knots. Okay, that does not help me in any terms of direction. Over to flight radar 24 it is. That was the the British you were going to fly. Okay, so you want made the last minute change in your aircraft there. Fair enough. So, set the camera over Vienna, over Italy. Let's figure out which runway will be our choice. So yeah, we're going to Marco Polo, not Drawyah. And it looks like the runway of choice over here. A departure from Venice, and there's one aircraft there. Also, the parts thing. Nobody's landing, so I actually can't get any runway numbers at the moment. It looks like the aircraft is the Ryanair, maybe taxiing to the southerly one. So it could possibly be... Oh, you're going to Vienna, sorry. Have I messed your... Hang on, what am I doing? Am I going crazy? Yeah, sorry, you're going to Vienna, I'm going to Venice. I'm an idiot, I do apologise. No, different airports. Yeah, you're going to fly Nice to Lisbon to Madeira, sounds good. This guy says it's 256, okay, thank you very much for that. So it'll be 256 ILS 22. No ILS, we'll go for an RNAV. RNAV 04 left. So there's no RNAV for there you go, RNAV 22 left. Left or right? There are 2 runways. Oh, you're really gonna count that as a runway. I'll definitely be left then. And our approach will almost certainly be a SOVUB. That exists, which it does. Execute that. Thank you very much. Let's continue with our cruise, shall we? 356, not 256. Yes. Oh, so you're going to do that flight in the A319. Try and stream some of it. It'd be interesting to see your knowledge of that aircraft come into action. Ground speed's now 508 knots. Winds are pushing us. We're actually doing really good for the winds. Certainly will be helping us with our time. 221, 53 knots. It's not very strong wind either. You usually get like 70, 80 up here. Simbrief telling me that you arrive on runway 04. Okay, let's do a switch around then. So it's arrival. We'll go for 04. Just erase that. Erase, 04. Go for the RNAV against 04 left, this would be. Oh god, I really am an idiot, am I? Hang on, 04 is... Yeah, no, that makes sense. Or does it? I'm having an existential crisis now. Yeah, 04 left. So we have to see if there's a LATAB approach or LA that is more suited, otherwise we'll have to go direct in, which would be annoying. Let's go to plan mode, let's see what we can do. We'll go on the co-pilot slides. Go to the final page, just go back. So, So, Vub. Eknor does exist. I believe that was part of our flight plan, wasn't it? So make a step. Ignore PZ. Yeah, okay. We'll accept that then. We'll just do the approach without a start. And if there's tower, we'll get them to give us a few vectors. But for the most part, it should just be a straight landing, to be fair. I'm not expecting much traffic in the area. In fact, let's see if Projects Fly... Actually, Projects Fly doesn't do this. It would be that map that does the... approaches information. Where is it? That map? Who tells you the arrivals for an airport? No. It was Vataware. Sorry, not Vataware. It was the original Vatastic. Although Vatastic and Vataware died. Yeah, I'm not expecting too much into the airport anyway, so I'll leave us at that. Add a bit of friend on Project Flight, not a problem. I shall accept that now. Supercar as well, yes, I do know you. I'll add you as well. There we go. Sounds good. More friends to merrier. Let's switch to my desktop again. Let's have a quick look. So again, channel, basic information. Flight map's not too bad. Got, yeah, that blue, those dots there. Should be a little bit bigger, but fair enough. Europe's always quite heavy, and in that one flight is in Japan for 787 when the Magna went to Aviators edition. Yes, my short hop to Limnos when I flew there in the real world last week. And of course, we got the flights to Lop and Ranta. A couple flights to Poland. What is that? What? No, it's Wrocław, isn't it? Poznan, sorry. Poznan and Rzeszów. Got Berlin. Been to 3 London airports. Heathrow, Luton and Stansted. I know on VATSIM I've also done Northolt and Gatwick. And yeah, got Dublin and Cork also sitting there. Social accounts, whatever. We all know those ones. A couple of achievements. Got a few more challenging approaches and long ones as well. Diversion, we'll see what happens in the future. I don't imagine having too many of them myself. And of course, latest flights. Friends, these are you guys. And stats. Not quite sure about the 400 hours and 42 flights, but apparently that's what I've done. Another Projects Fly ads. There you are, Goran. But I can't imagine what your profile's going to look like. Where are you? I imagine not have updated yet. Yeah, Supercar's there. Edward, you're there. There you go, there you are. So, let's continue with cruise for a little bit longer. We are coming up to halfway now. Landing in 45 minutes or so. In fact, the exact time for landing would be 39 minutes and a couple of seconds. I bought 757, 767. Amazing aircraft, too fun. Yes, they are a lot of fun. The flight factor 7.5 and 767s. I have the 767 myself. Not really streamed it, but it is a lot of fun to fly, especially long haul. I'm not really much of a long haul pilot though, but if you guys want to see some of those streams, then I'm more than happy to do one at some point. See what time gives me, really. God, another friend request. Where are people coming from? Nah, I'll happily accept anything really. Also remember my Discord's in the description below, as well as my social medias. But yeah, if you're on my flight factor, through my project's flight, I'm more than happy to accept you guys. Like I say, more the merrier. We've actually got the coast of Italy now coming to view. Check it on the map. Let's have a look what's going on there. So I'm making 744. I believe that's who makes the 747-8 Intercontinental? Because I know it's not the Zibo team or those guys who do the freewares. Yes, Aviation, that's it. And Toto the Mac making the top sets. Yes, Toto the Texture is doing the textures for it, but it's that's it. SSG making the 748 V2. So it's actually someone else making the 744. Yes, Aviation. I'll keep an eye on that one. I've not heard too much about it, but it is certainly sounding like an interesting one. I have to see how that one goes on the release. I've seen the cockpit section, they look better than the PMDG from what you've shown. Welcome Adrianic, how you doing today? How you doing? Yeah, Toto's is a really good texture art, highly respected in the X-Plane community, so for his textures to be good, that is no surprise for most, to be fair. But he's a good texture art. I've not spoken to him myself, but I know my brother has, and yeah, he sounds like a sound guy, really. And like I say, his work really does show off the best, really. I got the EasyJet announcement for the Aerosoft sites. 20 to look good, and my recording of flights. Yeah, a lot of the modern aircraft sounds do come from in-flight recordings in the real world, so that's not too much of a surprise to me. Especially if you look at people like Turbine Sound Studios, where they do just go into aircraft and grab all the sounds from that. So, yes, it's not much of a surprise. It's something that you kind of expect with most of the modern day. Most of them free. What do you mean by free, and which products are you thinking of in particular? All in-flight announcements, flight simulators. In-flight announcements. The only one I can think of is the ones currently being built by. What's it called? It's called PAC-X. It's TFDI Designs. That's it. Yeah, that one is going to be a payware. But think about the add-ons we're talking about right now. SSG, yes. ES Aviation, possibly. And well, Zibo 3. That's what I'm playing right now. Yeah, okay, so it will be a free word, yes, aviation. I did not know that. I'm glad it is. I'm not, like I said, I've not actually seen much of this. While I'm here, let me actually just go Google it right now. We've got a little while to go for descent. So, yeah. Let's have a look. Yes, aviation 747. Just had 737 for some reason. Discord. Okay, so it will mostly be Discord screenshots, I presume. I will join that tonight. Oh, here you go. So yeah, the fuselage being put together. It's the latest page, fair enough. Yeah, I'm sure on their Discord server they've probably got a few more announcements. I'll keep that pinned. I'll certainly be keeping a close eye on that one as development goes on. Not sure if they post face on the forums, yeah, Discord for sure. Yeah, go for it. Feel free to send me the screenshot DMs and I'll have a look at them. Thank you, Goran, for donating. Much appreciated. Much appreciated as always. See if you got the screenshots over. DMs, no DMs yet. Don't think on Discord server either. General. Yeah, send me the screenshots. By the way, so you're in the same Discord as mine. Since you know. Yep, sounds good. Sounds good. Since your private messages sounds good. Let's have a look at the 7-4 in action. I'll likely join the Discord server as well. That'll be for sure. So I got the top of the cockpit front panel there. That's looking good. Switches coming in, panels coming in as well. Other part of that, it's got the barometer and altitude settings. There you go, distance control switches for the MCDU, not MCDU, sorry, the PFD. There's the exterior model, nice and shiny. Good use of what's it called? What's it called?
Yes.
What's the thing that makes planes shiny next plane?
You mean PBR, physically based rendering, based on normals.
PBR, yes, okay, that's what I needed.
Are you currently live?
Yes.
Hello, live stream. What are you flying?
738 from Barcelona to Venice.
Check the weather. It's quite bad right now.
Is it?
Apparently.
I know it's variable winds, but it's only about 1 or 2 knots at the moment.
Wait to hit the mountains.
Yeah, true. I'll double check the winds in as I'm coming out to my tent in a moment.
Anything else you need, or I feel back to my anime?
Oh gosh, no, you're fine.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, so PBR, good use of that, making it all shiny. No, you are right. Certainly a good looking model, that. If it's a freeware, then definitely worth going for. Right, top of the descent shouldn't be too far now. Actually, no, got a little bit to go before we even think about that. So how are you guys doing? Anything to make the flight experience more exciting, I guess? I also should do a weather check of the mountains around Italy as well, just to see kind of how the updraft from that looks. But as I say, the actual approach to the Venice itself shouldn't be too much of a hassle for us. Also some fair few... Hang on. Stand down to 459 feet per minute. Gosh, what are you doing, Speedbirds 2744? Well, hopefully, yeah, you haven't damaged the runway or the aircraft in any way. That would require a quick inspection, for sure. Just got a message from somewhere on the YouTube replies. If this was a real train, it would have... What? Was this from my... Oh right, this is the stream, so yeah, if this was a real train, it would be 345001. Basically, when I found the abandoned 341 cab in the woods, that's just someone commenting to that one, saying that would have been the first one, not just the tech demo for when they first introduced things. Have a walk through the cockpit. Let's see what the passengers are doing in here this evening. If you're in first class, the only Ryanair to have first class because it doesn't have this in real life. Passenger models still look as horrendous as ever. Like seriously, these things are horribly creepy in the mess. With the dimmed cab lights for nighttime cruising, what tablets as well, the in-flight entertainments. Yeah, this is the most luxurious Ryanair out there when it comes to the extras. But yeah, it's nothing too major really. We are over Italy now. Some of the night lights below us. X-Plane really is not a bad sim. I should look into one of those lighting kind of enhancement add-ons. What are they called? The really good ones. I have to do a bit of research, but it's something certainly worth looking into. I'm just upgrading the visual experience of my sim. It's not terrible in any way, but can always be better, that's for sure. Active in Sky and some lighting experience certainly would be the two add-ons I'd definitely go for at some points. Not soon, but not too far in distance. Right, we're actually 20 miles away from top of descent now. We should be at 3,000, I think it was, for the approach. Yes, it was. So we'll stick 3,000 into here. Actually, wait until about 10 miles away, then we'll do it. Did it just push back to half a descent? I swear I was coming a bit closer. Must have been a wind change. Right, so let's bring this down to 3,000 now. And also let's announce here, so descending from flight level 300, expecting runway 04 right. Nope, left. Did I select left or right? Check this. It is left at lips. I'll go to my approach reference. See that. Looks like no real glide slope or anything here to set. No frequencies. It'll be just basic high nav approach him. Stick that down, and yeah, let the aircraft do its thing. Go over mid-distance now. We have got a left hand, I presume, for the approach. Yes, we do. Takes us right to the north and into the airports. And there you go. So now on descent. So what I will now do is dim the cockpit lights. Turn that all off. Right now it's just to focus on the landing really. Drag required, sorry. I should use my spoilers to help with the descent. Left that a little late, but... Oh no, I may have actually left that really late. Oh no! 1, 2, 4, got plenty of time. Get the aircraft down to 280 knots. As we start with the flaps, and then be able to kind of shadow the descent a little bit. As well as manage to speed a little better, but generally the approach into most airports isn't too bad. And if we avoid the foothills of the Italian Alps, then we should be alright with our actual landing. But most way coming to view actually, just spotted that thing up here. Service station maybe? Another airport possibly? Nah, it's not an airport, that's just actually we can always check the map, can't we? Let's have a look. That's the motorway. And yeah, San Pietro di Casal. There's no other airports in this area, so San Marino. Oh, San Maria, okay. I'm not actually quite sure where San Marino is. I know it's just part of Italy, landlocked within the area. Not great at football though. Anyhow, so you have started our descent, like I say. In a moment we'll be able to kick off the spoilers, and then it's flaps at 10,000 and working our way down from that. No, it's not been a particularly long flight this. Certainly a calm one. That's for sure. There's no other traffic mentioning anything for Venice right now. I'll check it on the map. We'll see if there's anyone coming in here. You've just landed. We're about 10 minutes from landing ourselves. ETA 8 minutes till touchdown apparently. Or maybe add 1 or 2 just for the sake of round. Oh, so you're going to Lisbon now. Vienna to Lisbon. Next leg of your flights. Yeah, no other aircraft in the Venice area. You are currently alone. Spoilers disarm. Yeah, so it's a little bit too late. And again, just managed speed for them. Curving around Ferrari now. I'm going to check the FMC for, so it's 3,000 for the glide slope, 2,300. If we just head out on to about 1,000. Now guide us into the runway for the most parts. Down to 10. Spoilers armed again. Altimeter is 1014. 013, 1019. Oh gosh, we're a little bit off of that. There we go. Leave it on that altimeter for a little bit longer. Speed down to 240, so now within 10,000 feet, or at least getting down to that level. Yeah, cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing, 10 minutes. Should I see what sign's on as well? Should I have a bit earlier? There we go, below 250. Next part of the descents. Yeah, Sova, flight level 099, it's down to 3000 for encore, so about to hit that waypoint right about now. There we go, heading select set, sorry, FMC speed sets. Below 10,000, landing lights active. Logo lights on. And that is all for now. We will also set the cabin lights to night. It's not yet in sight, but not far away either. First stage of flaps. Don't think we require the spoilers just yet. No, the aircraft will naturally slow down as we continue the flaps. Auto brake sets to 2. How long is the runway here in Venice? 2,000 meters, yeah, just under 3 kilometers. We should be right with auto brakes 2. Passing through 8,000. Lips, traffic. ETA 5 minutes. Runway 04 left. And then if there's any other aircraft in the area, now would be the time to announce it. Otherwise, yeah, should be safe landing for this one. Also double check what gates we're expected to go for here. Virtual Ryanair, VRYR.eu. Pilot area. And it's Ryanair 12406. Right, view flights, yeah, ETA 7 minutes. That second's load in the background. In fact, maybe I'll see the City of Venice right ahead of us. Be that enclave over there, I presume. Just entered the cloud there. The nice night scenery has just disappeared. That was a high actually cloud, that. Right, let's now continue the flaps properly. Since we really aren't too far away now for the landing. About 15 miles until we got to the glide slope. Few latitude clouds. There you go, exit that. At this point now, it's just kind of yeah, keeping close under controls, make sure that the altitude's not going too far. And also that the airport should be in sight shortly. I believe that's it right there, now coming into view. Absolutely, we're landing on the... we're really on the left hand side runway. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Correction. Runway 04 right. So yeah, where are we going to land that runway? Which I just got left and right's confused there, because I really can't believe they used that as a left runway. Probably for smaller domestic aircraft, when the main runway's out of use, but it does exist. Does exist. Corrects that waypoint now. There we go. 3000, 3000, 23, 58, 410. Passengers looking fairly standard for the approach. Airpan side's looking pretty good actually. We'll be lowering landing gear just a couple of moments. Just wait for that one last right hand turn to get us onto the runway. Here we go. So VRF speed for landing, it is 150. 150 knots, quite heavy actually. Right, visibility's clear. Runway's in sight. On final runway 04 right lips. Right, got our landing clearance. Gear down.
$2,500.
2,500. We're on the glide slope. That's actually the right frequency, wherever we left last time. 195. Apparently so. No, 038's not going to be quite active. But I could if I really wanted to. There you go, single channel. Use that for the approach, I guess. 150. I'm not sure what I was expecting in terms of runway frequency here at actually, I'm not even the frequency. It might just be the part of the RNAV. I'm not a massive user of RNAV landings, so I'm not totally sure how they work. Definitely a lot more of the ILS user, but if that's what it needs, then that's what it needs. It's only single channel, like I say. But regardless, we will be deactivating at 1,000, and so we'll set that to 4,000, just in case we need to do go arounds. Let's bring this one to the ground. Tablet can come off as well. Everything's been set. Cabin crew have been seated for landing. 1,000. Pilot disconnect, so also throttle disconnects. We're a little low, so put a bit more speed in.
400.
But a little fast, so we'll cut back a little bit as well. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shallower approach in.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, left that a bit late. I definitely left the flare a lot later than it should have been. 2.56 G's landing. 534. Yeah, that was not good in any means. I think a bit of a rollicking from the HR there. I should have flared at 20. I tried doing it at 5. Let's see what smart card sorts. 528. Projects flight saw a across the runways, get into more quieter position. Bring up throttle a tiny bit more for taxi. APU can start up. 348. Yeah, your landing was a bit more normal. Mine one was not good. Not good in anyone's books. What did Projects Fly see that? A 20 project. I'll happily take Projects Fly. Their 206 is very generous, I must say. Right, where are these gates as well? I don't quite know. Actually, where the terminal would be is probably a good answer. So we'll switch to taxi lights. Three, four, eight. Yeah, it's not normal, but not as bad as mine. Then again, most pilots in the real world don't care about. Actually, no pilot ever in the world has ever cared about touchdown rates and landing rates. That's just a myth created by flight simmers to make themselves feel good about landings. Give them a bit more of a, I guess, a competition, a way they could kind of go up against one another to show off who really is the best pilots. But no, in the real world, pilots don't care about their touchdown rates at all. They don't monitor it, and there is no way to monitor it at all in the real world. 125 to 175, yeah, that's the optimum for most aircraft, at least as they say. Right, onto the brakes, parking brake set. Maybe should have idled as well, be handy. Whoops, nope, do that and that. Switch the bleeds around. Yeah, cut the engines really. Turn tablet back on. And let's go to the ground services. So set the chocks. We'll load up the ground handler. Both sets of stairs. That and no fuel trucks, as the aircraft will probably be stuck here overnight until flight tomorrow morning. That or it goes back to Stansted is the other likely option. Right, strobes and anti-collision come off. Taxi lights come off. Leg lights can stay on. And ground power unit will come on. GPU Gen 1, Gen 2 off, sorry. That's what I wanted. My mistake. AP speed off. That comes off. Go to the exits. Hopefully they're unlocked. As they are. We'll go for the forward cargo door first. Passenger doors won't open for a few more seconds while I quickly figure out the rest of the aircraft. Fuel pumps come all off. Like I say, it will be a conduct set up. Make sure that the passenger lights are actually back on again. Would help them with why it's bright. Open the door as well, since we'll let people come say hi. And yeah, that should be everything as required. Power lights can come off. Why isn't the scroll wheel working? Scroll wheel actually doesn't work on these anymore. Have I broken it? Hope not. That still works. There we go, that's better. So yeah, those come down, this comes down, as does this. Right. Open and open. Thank you for flying with us. Go to exterior. We're, yeah, very close to the mark. That'll be fine. No cones though. Sometimes we get cones, sometimes we don't. It's a bit weird way kind of decide when and how they do it. And the entrance to the terminal would be through these doors right in front of us. That's where passengers will be led to. So, I will now quickly end the flight on virtual Ryanair. File the pirate. Let's also... yeah, then set the plane on fire. I'm not sure how he did that. How Goran could even... what did he do? Did he press the button? Did he crash in something? Or did the plane just burst into flames? I didn't watch the end of his live streams as I was busy, but I don't quite know how he managed to achieve that. It's quite remarkable, actually. Right, let's go to escort box. No, yeah, escort box, and let's now disconnect. Let's also make sure that the exits are sealed. And then we can give the route player a watch. Uh, 255. Probably a little bit more forwards. We'll say, yeah, 215. So go for the interior view first. Don't know. 20 on the last second, and it was in flames. So weird. So weird. So had the plane like not moved? Was it still taxiing? How did it burst into flames? Were there people on board when it went up? Right. So yeah, left hand side. We'll have a look at the landing. Let's say expect a bit of a rough touchdown, but something I'm gonna have to work on, especially at night. Coming in nicely. Nice and shallow, like I said. Into the airport perimeter, loads of lights to the left and right. Ooh! Thank you, NXT, for subscribing. Right time there. God, that was a horrible impact. That was neck breaking for this passenger. Gosh, I hope the right-hand people fared better. I mean, these people have less of a light reference. Just water around side for Marco Polo. There goes a taxiway there, at least a road. Yeah, no lights, no nothing. There you go, a few lights last second, and ouch. Yeah, the passengers on the right hand side have no warning of that one, that's for sure. Yeah, exterior view starting to open up a few things about that landing. I mean, it all looks so good until the last couple of seconds, really. So a little low on the initial parts. Aircraft stable, aircraft's looking good. In a moment, to be over the threshold of the runway. Like I say, it's the last impact I kind of really want to focus on, see how that one goes. And here comes the runway. Ouch. Yeah, the flare basically did not exist for me. And that's what led to the rather heavy impacts. Also certainly got to see the wings there as well, bend right at the end. But anyways, like I said, that's the aircraft now secured. I believe it's secured. No, it's not. I need to off the battery. Hang on, it's GPU ground power off. Is that's all fine. These come off, and then it would be emergency lights off and battery off. Right, so there you go. Now that's a conduct-fueled aeroplane. There's nothing else around really for us to go into. And yeah, aircraft parks up for the rest of the night. So, I do thank you guys for watching. I'll stick around and chat for a couple of minutes if you guys want to say anything around that. But no, it's been an alright flight today. Heavy landing, but everything else is pretty good. And yeah, next Saturday I will definitely do another live stream. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to do a bit of Train Sim World. We'll see what happens around that. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Has been pretty good. Anyways, I will be leaving you guys now. So thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoy it. Do subscribe as well. It does help channel out. We're just over 2,510 now, I believe. Exact number would be, if I can get that up, 2,511. Thank you very much for that. Those subscribers as well today. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you guys in the very near future. Have a great rest of your great rest of your weekend. Sorry, it's a bank holiday as well, so perfect for the Monday. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.